Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about the Great Man Theory, and we're going to talk about my posit that that Dungeons and Dragons is a divining rod to find great man individuals, and we're going to talk about what makes a great man individual, which could be a man, which could be a woman, or could be an AI, right? However, I'm so sorry. I hate to assign you guys homework. I try like the Bagargle Googles not to, but this is just too deep a topic. I don't want to repeat myself. And so if you have not listened to all of the playlist on the Great Man Theory and Dungeons and Dragons, then you will not understand this video. And I'm going to be using language that you literally just don't know, right? So you have to watch the other videos in order to get any context or get any value out of this video, or even understand it. I apologize, but the thing I dislike more than assigning you guys homework is repeating myself, because I know you hate it, I hate it. Let's go. All right, so the great man. So I posit that Dungeons and Dragons finds great man individuals, right? And the reason why is all dungeon masters are inherently charismatic, confident, and intelligent. Right now, I'm not talking somebody who tried 5 sessions and now they're not a dungeon master. I'm talking somebody who has 100 sessions under their belt and will die dungeon mastering games, right? Like within a month of their death, right? Like that kind of person, right? And here's my point. Those are all great men individuals. That's it, right? And you're like, wait a second. So I have an amazing commenter. His name is Mike, and he said, hey, I don't believe this. I believe that hard times make great men, right? Great men individuals, okay? All right, so let me give you that theory, okay? Joe Rogan talks about it, right? Hard times make hard men. Hard men make soft times. Soft times make soft men. Soft men make hard times. Hard times make hard men. And that we're stuck in this cycle, right? I reject it. I say it's wrong. I say Thomas Carlyle was right, and that great man individuals are born. They are not made, right? And where Dungeons and Dragons becomes valuable is it shows us who it is it is the fairest way in the world. So how does the world say, we'll find the great man individuals? Well, they set up the Ivies, right? And basically, right now, the great man individual filter for the world, is did you go to an Ivy or did you go to an incredibly prestigious college, and and how many degrees do you have from them? So yeah, if you went to Harvard, great, but do you have a master's from Harvard? Do you have a doctorate from Harvard? Those are the great men. And we are literally doing it. Almost every president has gone to Harvard or some Ivy. Right? I think you can count on one hand the number of presidents who have not attended an Ivy, right? And the rest of the world, all the wealth classes of every other country in the world is struggling to get their kid in American Ivies, right? Because they know American Ivy. Now, what Dungeons and Dragons does is it comes along and says, hey, here's the essential kit. You a great man? Spend $25. Run this for 10 years. Now you know you're a great man, right? A great man individual, right? That's a lot better, right? Than forcing somebody to go to Harvard or Cornell or some other silly Ivy, right? That is much better from the perspective of wealth, from the perspective of class, from the perspective of gender, from the perspective of access, from the perspective of progressiveness. Dungeons and Dragons is a better great man individual finder than our current cultural process, which is, did you go to an Ivy? How many degrees do you have from that Ivy? Or, hey, are you a celebrity? And do you have 5 billion in ticket sales? Right? Because listen carefully. Adam Sandler is not considered a great actor because he only has 4 billion in ticket sales. Right? Adam Sandler is not considered a great man individual, right? Because he only has 4 billion in ticket sales. He's not The Rock, who if you say, hey, The Rock would run for president, nobody laughs, right? So our current IRL filter is Ivy or celebrity. That's a bad filter, but I'll tell you right now, the D&D Essentials Kit is a great man individual finder, right? If you're like, oh, I ran that and people didn't like it, and then you quit, you suck. You're not a great man individual. Be, next, thank you, next. Right? Like, and so that's what I'm saying is that, and I am also saying, Mike, love you to death, buddy, but you're wrong. Times do not form great man individuals, right? And great man individuals are born, and the best way to find them is with Dungeons and Dragons, not with Ivies and celebrities. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.